Old Guy Talks is all about creating a kick-ass life for yourself and those that you love. Don't wait, don't hesitate, don't procrastinate. Opt in now. Small changes with the hex bar can screw with you. That's right. This is Oris, the official old guy, government certified at oldguytalks.com, helping older guys create kick-ass lives for themselves and those they love. And the creator of My Junk Does Not Work, where I help older guys find out what their options are, and maybe not so young guys that are, well, maybe things aren't working as well as they used to. And you need to find out what your options are to treat that before, well, it gets away from you. And next thing you know, you got some major, major issues. The answers you are looking for, well, I'm going to tell you with 99% surety are there. Don't wait, don't hesitate. You can do this in privacy without embarrassment at your own home. If you like this, share it. So, small changes. The old guy this morning was at a new gym. He was trying out a new place because, well, he's pissed off at the place he's been going to since August. And, well, that's a whole first world problem that I'm probably going to talk about here in the next few days. And so I decided to go to this. And when you go to a new place, you know, if you're used to going to one place for a long time, then you're in a routine. You're in a routine, and certain things are just like, you know where the stuff is, this and that. You go, you know where you're going to put your stuff. You're going to put your personal stuff. You're going to put your towel, all that stuff. You know where the weights are, this and that, and you're in a routine. And the reality of it is, when you go to a new place, well, that whole routine is disrupted, even though you may be doing the same things. And not only that, but what I found very interesting this morning was now every day that I lift weights, I do a hex bar. And I have a very routine. I do that at the end because I'm totally gassed after I get done with it. And that's just part of my pattern. I enjoy that. I enjoy lifting at hex bar. And right now I'm at 225. I want to get up to 405 before the end of the year. So I got to this hex bar and I looked at it, and it was very, very different. It was different from the one that I've been used to using for several months now. Basically, it's cut out. It's cut out on one side. I couldn't figure out initially. I couldn't figure out whether that was the front or the back. And then, but the big difference, and you wouldn't think it's so consequential, and I didn't think so consequential when I was setting up, was first of all was that the handles that you lift by were larger. They're in larger diameter, and they rotated. That's right, folks. They rotated. They weren't fixed. And when I was kind of doing my warm up, that was no big deal. But when I got to my target weight, well, all of a sudden, I couldn't get through the reps I normally would. And it wasn't because I increased the weight or anything else, or I was tired or anything like that. It was simply because, well, a new element got tossed in. The mobile grips, and that they rotated, and the diameter, which is significantly larger. And my hands were not accustomed to dealing with that. I was not used to having the small muscles that were necessary to accommodate those changes. And so it was very, very hard. So the first time I actually did not get through, on the first set, did not get through all the reps I normally do. I was able to add two more on the second set, and on the third set I finally did, but it was close, folks. It was close because actually I almost dropped the hex bar. Unfortunately, it was on a padded surface, so it wouldn't have made too much noise, but it would have been noticeable when you drop a few hundred pounds. It's, you know, it kind of gets everybody's attention in the room when that happens. So the question I have for you is, you know, these kind of things happen all the time, and they happen where our patterns that we're used to, we're kind of set doing things and kind of know what's going to happen. We're going to take a certain way to the office, or we're going to do certain things in our relationships, or we're going to do certain things in our business, that we kind of do this and we expect a certain result. It's been very consistent. Then all of a sudden something changes. Maybe it's maybe you got construction on the way to work, if you happen to drive to work, and all of a sudden it takes you longer, or you have a detour, or maybe you're doing something in your relationship, and all of a sudden one of you decides to change something, and well, the rules of engagement have changed. Like that thing that you used to do doesn't get the result that you wanted because some things happen. There's been a change in circumstances, or in business. Maybe you've been interacting with people in a certain way, and you know, get consistent results, and then all of a sudden, well, that shit ain't working anymore. That's right, that shit ain't working anymore. So my question to you is, when you run into a situation like that, when you run into something that is altering your situation, what do? How do you adapt? How do you adapt? And at the same time, are you looking to just get the same results you had in the past? Or are you looking to get something better? Because when we adapt, sometimes that adaptation will allow you to get a better result. Think about that. Remember, at oldguytalks.com, it's all about helping older guys create kick-ass life for themselves and those that they love. If you are interested in creating a kick-ass life for yourself and those that you love, then become a member at oldguytalks.com and get access to the cave area, where not only do I have my interviews with doctors on cutting-edge therapies for erectile dysfunction, but I will have other things that are posted in there that will help you create that kick-ass life that you want for yourself and others. And we're going to be talking a lot about different kinds of vices and virtues. So opt in and become a member